If you overate yesterday, this whole weekend, or on your holiday, I want you to take a deep breath. You didn't ruin anything. Your progress isn't thrown out the window, and you absolutely do not need to punish yourself to get back on track. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what I do on my own metabolic reset day. These are 5 specific steps that help me feel better fast, bring inflammation down, support my digestion, and get my blood sugar stable again. They work even if you feel bloated, puffy, or frustrated today. I'm Kait, a nutritionist who helps people to balance their blood sugar and reverse insulin resistance with simple, sustainable habits. And I'm gonna be honest with you right from the start. I'm not perfect. I overeat sometimes. I eat out, I travel, I enjoy holidays. I have days where I eat more than usual, where I eat foods that aren't part of my normal routine. I'm not perfect, and you don't need to be perfect either. You can still get results. What matters is how you respond the next day. Not with guilt, not with punishment, but with calm, aligned habits that reset your metabolism in the right way. So here are the 5 things I do after overeating and why they work. Let's start from the beginning, because this is the part where a lot of people go wrong. And I am guilty of this too. People wake up after overeating and immediately feel guilty. They want to punish themselves. They want to restrict. They want to undo what they ate as fast as possible. But this mindset creates a cycle that's far more damaging than any food you ate. So I don't beat myself up, not even a little. Because here's the truth that most people don't realize. You cannot gain a meaningful amount of fat from just one day of overeating, even from a weekend. You physically cannot. To gain 1 entire pound of fat, your body would have to store an extra 3,500 calories. That means you would have to eat an extra 3,500 calories above your maintenance. So when you wake up and the scales went up 5 pounds, that's not fat. That's water retention. And that's not permanent. That's not even a bad thing. Most people don't even get close to eating this many extra calories, even on Christmas, even on birthdays, even on holidays. And let's make this even more realistic so you can visualize it. A slice of pie usually has 200 to 300 calories. To actually gain 1 pound of fat from pie alone, you would need to eat at least 10 slices. And that's on top of everything else you ate in the day. So right away, the idea that you ruined everything from having a big dinner or a night out, it's simply not true. Now, don't get me wrong, eating an entire pie on top of everything else, it is possible. But even still, that's only 1 pound of fat. Your progress still isn't undone. Most of the weight you see on the scale the next day is water, not fat. Water follows carbs, sodium, alcohol, and inflammation. So if you had more carbs than normal, more salt than normal, if you had any alcohol or you had dessert, your body held on to water. And that's it. The moment you start returning to your normal habits, your body will let that water go. And this is why I refuse to beat myself up. I had a good time. I enjoyed the food. I probably enjoyed the company. And this is all part of a healthy lifestyle, not something to feel guilty about. And I want to say this clearly. You will never improve your metabolism by shaming yourself. You will never heal your relationship with food by punishing yourself. You're never going to be consistent if you're aiming for perfection. It's not possible. You want to be making as many good choices as you can, as often as you can. But that doesn't mean being perfect. And having this all or nothing mindset, like I said, that's going to get you caught in a cycle that's even more damaging than 1 day of overeating. Okay, now that's the mindset out of the way. Let's get into some more practical tips. It's really important to not punish yourself with restriction. You don't have to fast the entire day. You don't even have to skip meals. This isn't going to undo what you ate the day before. So start your day with a breakfast that contains high quality protein and healthy fat. Now, I want to be clear, fasting, it's an amazing tool. It can be extremely beneficial for your metabolic health, but it has to be intentional. It should be planned. It should be part of a routine and not a form of punishment. Because if you get into a pattern of overeating, then fasting, then overeating, then fasting, you create a cycle that is incredibly hard on your metabolism. It stresses your hormones, it elevates your cortisol, it makes you hungrier. And especially for women, it can absolutely disrupt normal metabolic rhythms. So instead of fasting, I do the opposite. I begin the day with a protein-first, fat-supported breakfast. Something simple and nourishing that sends a powerful signal to the body that it's a calm day, a regulated day, a steady day. For example, eggs cooked in ghee with avocado, Greek yogurt with chia seeds and a side of berries, a high-quality protein shake with collagen and nut butter, or smoked salmon with scrambled eggs. This kind of breakfast stabilizes your blood sugar. It lowers your insulin. It's going to help to prevent cravings and support digestion. And here's the part that surprises a lot of people. The sooner you eat protein after overeating, the sooner your hunger hormones normalize. When you skip breakfast, your body stays in blood sugar chaos from the night before. When you eat protein early, everything stabilizes. So I never punish myself. I eat well. And that's the reset. The third thing I do is I move my body, not intensely. The goal isn't to burn calories here. It's not to undo anything, just gentle, supportive movement. A long walk, a stroll in the sun, a light gym session, a yoga or Pilates class. Anything that gets my body moving, my joints warm, and my blood sugar regulation back on track. Movement after overeating reduces inflammation, it improves insulin sensitivity, it clears water retention, and it boosts lymphatic flow. Even 10 minutes makes a difference. And if you can do it outside, if you can get some sunlight, even better. The fourth thing I do on a metabolic reset day is I support my body even further with either berberine or apple cider vinegar. After overeating, especially if you've had a lot of carbs or sugar, your blood sugar can stay elevated for longer, your insulin can be higher, and your hunger signals can feel chaotic. Both berberine and apple cider vinegar help your cells to become more responsive to insulin. It makes your body better at absorbing glucose from your bloodstream, and this means your blood sugar can settle and get back to normal faster. Now, you don't need to take both. Usually I will have berberine in the morning before my first meal, and then I might have apple cider vinegar before bed that night. When you take apple cider vinegar before bed, it has been shown to lower your fasting blood sugar the following morning. Even better if I can remember to take it the night before bed, but if not, the following day works too. This is not a punishment tool, it's a support tool. This step is focused on adding something in rather than taking anything away. The final thing I always do is I prioritize my sleep. This is not an afterthought, it's a priority. When you overeat, especially on sugar or refined carbs or alcohol, your sleep quality suffers. Your heart rate is elevated. Your nervous system is activated. Your body spends half of the night digesting instead of recovering. Going to bed early helps to correct this. It brings cortisol back down. It supports your insulin sensitivity. It's going to reduce cravings the next day and lower your inflammation. It helps your liver clear out the byproducts of overeating. Most people underestimate how important sleep is for metabolism, but good sleep is one of the fastest ways to reset hormones, hunger, energy, and fat-burning pathways. Not to mention, if you stay up late, again, you're more likely to overeat the following day because your hunger hormones are going to be thrown out of whack. But an early bedtime can help to reset this. So that is the 5-step metabolic reset that I follow. I don't beat myself up. I do not punish myself with a fast. I move my body gently. Ideally, I get some sun. And I support my blood sugar with apple cider vinegar or berberine. Then I wrap it all up with an early bedtime. Remember that you didn't ruin anything by overeating. You didn't gain any significant amount of fat. You simply lived your life. And hopefully you had a pretty good day with friends and family. Today is about supporting your body, not about shame. And if you're looking for a video to watch next, I suggest checking out my low-carb, high-protein meal building video. That's a formula I use to put together meals that support blood sugar and insulin sensitivity. And it's perfect for a metabolic reset day just like this.